Heartland fans, brace yourselves. Today's episode is about to take you on an emotional roller coaster you won't soon forget. We're diving headfirst into one of the most jaw-dropping, tear-jerking, and heartwarming moments in Heartland history. Yes, you read that correctly. We're talking about Season 19, Episode 1, and the shock of all shocks, the unexpected and unbelievable return of Borden. After everything, the heartache, the years of longing, the loss we've all felt, Ty is back, and it's nothing short of a miracle. But how could this even be possible? Is it real, or are we caught in a dream? Or perhaps, is there an even bigger twist at play here? We're going to break down every single moment of this unforgettable return, analyzing what it means for Amy, Lindy, and the entire Heartland family. We'll explore Amy's overwhelming emotions as she comes face to face with the love of her life again, and how Ty's return will affect her, their daughter Lindy, and their future together. But that's not all. We'll also dive into how the rest of the Heartland family reacts to this unexpected reunion, from Jack's seasoned wisdom and comforting presence, to Lou and George's stunned disbelief, and Tim's raw, emotional response. Each family member's reaction adds a layer of depth to this moment, making it even more powerful. This episode marks a pivotal turning point in the series, and you won't want to miss a single second of the heart-stopping drama. Get ready for an emotional journey that will leave you questioning everything you thought you knew about Heartland and just how far the bonds of love and family can go. Let's get started. Before we plunge into the emotional whirlwind that is Season 19, Episode 1, let's take a moment to set the stage for both the longtime Heartland fans and anyone just beginning this incredible journey. Heartland isn't just a TV show. It's a deeply moving Canadian drama that has touched the hearts of millions around the world. Filmed against the stunning backdrop of Alberta's vast, rugged landscapes, the series tells the heartfelt story of the Fleming Bartlett family as they navigate the challenges and triumphs of life on their beloved ranch. At the heart of this remarkable story are Amy Fleming, brought to life with grace by Amber Marshall, and Ty Borden, whose portrayal by Graham Wardle captured the hearts of viewers for over a decade. Their journey from two strangers thrown together by fate to soulmates bound by love has been the beating heart of the series, filled with raw emotion, growth, and resilience. Together, they faced unimaginable obstacles, weathered heartbreak, and created a life grounded in hope, healing, and unwavering love. Then, in a devastating turn of events, Season 14 brought us a loss that no fan was prepared for. Ty's life was tragically cut short in an unexpected twist that stemmed from Graham Wardle's personal decision to step away from the series. His departure sent shockwaves through the Heartland universe, leaving both the audience and Amy to grapple with the pain of such a profound loss. The ranch seemed quieter, the warmth of his presence irreplaceable, and Amy, despite her resilience, carried the weight of grief while raising their daughter, Lindy, with the strength of a mother who had endured more than her fair share of sorrow. Now, in an astonishing turn of events that no one saw coming, Season 19 kicks off with a revelation that could change the entire course of the story. As the episode begins, we're drawn back to the comforting familiarity of the Heartland Ranch, the rolling hills, the sound of horses, and Amy going about her day, tending to the stables and caring for Lindy, keeping everything afloat just as she always has. But beneath the surface, the unspoken ache of Ty's absence is still deeply felt, and you can't help but wonder, could this truly be the moment that changes everything? The journey ahead promises to be nothing short of unforgettable. Then, everything changes. As Amy approaches the front porch, she notices something, an envelope tucked neatly against the door. She pauses. The handwriting on it stirs something deep inside her. It's unmistakable. Her hands tremble as she opens the letter, and her eyes widen in shock. It's from Ty. He's alive. Yes, you heard that right, T. Borden is alive. The letter reveals that Ty had to leave due to a critical undercover operation. He couldn't contact anyone to ensure their safety, but now the mission is over and he's coming back home. Amy stands frozen, her hands trembling as she clutches the letter. Ty's familiar handwriting staring back at her like a ghost from the past, pulling her into a whirlwind of emotions. Shock, disbelief, and an overwhelming surge of hope flood her heart, while love, deep, unwavering love, reminds her of the life they once shared. As the world around her fades, memories of Ty rush in: his laugh, the warmth of his touch, the way he looked at their daughter Lindy. This letter isn't just a message, it's a doorway to a life she thought was forever lost. Heart racing, she rushes to share this impossible, breathtaking revelation with her family. Jack is the first to hear the news. The stoic ranch patriarch, known for his unshakable calm, listens in stunned silence. But as Amy reads the letter aloud, something shifts within Jack. A rare softness takes over, and his eyes glisten with unshed tears. A wide, emotional smile breaks through, one that speaks volumes of the love he's carried for T all these years. Jack has always considered Ty the son he never had. Mentored him, believed in him, loved him fiercely. The thought of Ty being alive is almost too much to comprehend. But as the truth sinks in, Jack wastes no time. He rolls up his sleeves, heading straight for the ranch to prepare for Ty's return. The barn is repaired, Ty's room is ready, and the horse's tack is polished, all meticulously done, ensuring everything is just as it was. Because this is more than a return, it's the homecoming Jack never dared to dream possible. Next, Amy tells Lo, her ever-supportive sister, who's always caught up in the details of ranch life. When Amy says the words, "Ty is alive," Lou's phone slips from her hand and tears instantly well up in her eyes. Without hesitation, Lou wraps Amy in a tight, tearful embrace, years of grief pouring out in a single moment. Ty wasn't just her brother-in-law, he was family, and his loss left a void that nothing could fill. True to her nature, Lou channels her overwhelming joy into action. Within hours, she's on the phone rallying the family, planning a grand welcome home celebration, and organizing everything from decorations to Ty's favorite meal. Lists and logistics flood her mind, but her heart is brimming with gratitude and hope for the reunion. Georgie, the bright and spirited young woman T mentored, reacts with pure, youthful disbelief. Ty wasn't just a family member, he was like a big brother, a mentor, and a constant in her life. When she hears the news, her excitement bursts forth in happy, shocked tears. "Wait till I show him the videos of my competitions," she exclaims. "I have to tell him about Phoenix." The excitement in her voice is infectious. Within hours, she reemerges from her room with a handmade scrapbook, a heartfelt gift for Ty filled with pictures, notes, and little tokens that represent everything they shared. It's her way of saying, "I never forgot you." And then there's Tim, Amy's tough, emotionally guarded father. His first reaction is disbelief, his skepticism obvious as he squints at the letter, wondering if it's some kind of prank. But Amy's trembling voice and tear-filled eyes make it clear it's real. Slowly, the walls Tim has built around himself begin to crack. His rugged face softens, and though he doesn't speak, his actions speak volumes. Without a word, he heads out to double-check the fences, fix the porch swing, and ensure the ranch is secure. It's his way of processing, his way of protecting. Deep down, he knows how much this moment means, not just to Amy and Lindy, but to the entire family. And then there's Lindy, the little girl whose world has been shaped by the absence of her father. As bright and curious as ever, Lindy's innocence makes her reaction all the more heartwarming. When Amy gently sits her down and tells her that Daddy is coming home, Lindy's eyes widen in wonder. "Is he like the pictures, Mommy?" she asks with pure, innocent joy. Amy smiles through her tears, nodding. Lindy doesn't fully understand the complexity of the situation, but her excitement is infectious. She runs around the ranch talking about how she'll show Ty her favorite horse and the tree she loves to climb. She even draws a crayon picture of their reunited family, a beautiful, simple reminder of the love that has endured through the years. As the sun sets, the ranch is alive with preparation. There's a nervous energy in the air, anticipation, excitement, a tinge of fear. Could this really be happening? Can lost time truly be reclaimed? Then, finally, the moment arrives. A car pulls into the gravel drive. The dust kicks up as the door opens, and there he is. Ty Borden. He looks different, older, leaner, worn by time, but his eyes still hold that familiar spark. Amy gasps. Lindy sprints forward. And in that soul-stirring moment, time stands still. Ty opens his arms, and the three of them collapse into a tearful, emotional embrace. It's raw, real, and absolutely unforgettable. The years of pain, longing, and unanswered questions seem to dissolve in that single, powerful moment. But the journey isn't over. Ty's return brings not just joy, but deep emotional wounds that must be healed. He carries the weight of what he's been through: mystery, danger, maybe even guilt. Amy and Ty share quiet, emotional conversations by the fireplace, beneath the stars, in the barn, wherever they can find peace. Ty reveals the truth behind his disappearance, why he left, where he's been, and the sacrifices he had to make to protect those he loves. Amy listens with a heavy heart. She understands. She forgives. But she also shares her side: the nights she cried herself to sleep, the holidays he missed, the strength it took to move forward. Their love is still there, powerful and enduring, but they know it won't be easy. They're not picking up where they left off. They're building something new from the pieces of their past. And that's what makes this chapter in Heartland so breathtakingly human. Their conversations are filled with raw emotion, highlighting the strength of their bond. Amy finds herself reassessing her life and priorities, understanding the depth of her love for Ty and the importance of their family. One of the most touching and unforgettable moments of the episode unfolds between Ty and his daughter, Lindy, a moment fans have eagerly awaited for years. Lindy, no longer a little girl, has blossomed in Ty's absence. She's curious, confident, and independent in ways that even surprise Amy. When Ty sees her for the first time in years, there's a flicker of uncertainty in his eyes, a quiet ache for all the milestones he's missed, the birthdays that came and went, and the stories left untold. There's an undeniable sense of unfamiliarity between them at first, a brief hesitation in the air. But then, in one profound look, one gentle smile, Ty's heart melts, and it's clear this is the beginning of something beautiful. Determined to rebuild their bond, Ty invites Lindy for a ride on Spartan, the legendary horse that stood beside them through so many pivotal moments. Spartan isn't just any horse. He's a living symbol of love, loss, and healing. As Lindy climbs up to ride with Ty, her laughter rings out, light and free, and the gentle rhythm of hooves against dirt, the wind tousling their hair, becomes a powerful moment of reconnection. Ty listens intently to Lindy's endless stories, answering her questions with a tenderness that speaks volumes. This isn't just about a ride, it's about reclaiming lost time, about showing Lindy that despite everything, her dad is here and he's not going anywhere. As the sun sets, casting its golden glow over the ranch, Ty kneels beside Lindy, his voice soft but filled with the weight of promise. "I'll always be here for you. I promise." These words aren't just a simple statement, they are a vow, one that brings tears to Amy's eyes as she watches from afar. For Lindy, it's the reassurance she's been longing for. For Ty, it's a moment of redemption, a chance to rewrite the past and heal the wounds they've all carried. Throughout the episode, we witness Ty gradually reintegrating into the rhythm of ranch life. It's not an instant process. There are awkward pauses, moments of uncertainty, but slowly, the familiar routines return. Ty tends to the horses again, fixes the fences, and feeds the livestock tasks that once defined his life on the ranch. He shares quiet, intimate moments with Amy, helping with the day's work or simply sitting together in peaceful silence. Every day, he rebuilds a little more trust with Lindy, proving with every action that he's here to stay. It's slow, deliberate, and deeply emotional, as each small moment marks a step towards healing. Ty's return brings a new energy to the ranch, a sense of hope, renewal, and healing. But it also stirs old memories, reopens wounds that have long been buried. His homecoming, though filled with joy, isn't without its complexities. It forces the family to reckon with the grief they've endured and navigate the new dynamics Ty's return brings. Jack, the steadfast patriarch, is both grateful and uncertain. For years, he carried the weight of Ty's absence, supporting Amy and helping raise Lindy. Now, with Ty back, Jack finds himself having to recalibrate his place in the family. In one of the episode's most emotional moments, Jack and Ty share a quiet conversation in the barn, surrounded by the comforting hum of horses. Jack looks at Ty, his voice filled with warmth and a hint of sadness. "I never stopped hoping, but I didn't dare believe." The sincerity in his words speaks volumes, a rare moment of vulnerability that shows just how deeply Jack cares. He welcomes Ty back, not just as a son-in-law, but as a man who's earned his place through sacrifice and love. Meanwhile, Lou, always the planner and protector, feels the weight of change too. She's overjoyed at Ty's return, but is acutely aware of Amy's need to rebuild her life with him. Lou throws herself into organizing the reunion, but quietly steps back to give Amy the space she needs. Lou and Ty share a private moment too, standing together on the porch at sunset. Lou places a hand on his shoulder and says, "You've got more strength than you know, Ty. And I'm proud of you." It's a simple exchange, but the depth of emotion conveyed is undeniable. Georgie, inspired by Ty's resilience, finds a personal turning point in his return. She's no longer the teenager who sought guidance, she's becoming a strong, capable young woman. Ty's return sparks a desire in her to prove herself as an indispensable part of the family. She works harder on the ranch, helping Amy with training and even mentoring younger riders. Her storyline becomes one of growth and maturity, reflecting the profound impact Ty's return has on everyone in the family. Even Tim, whose relationship with Ty has always been complex and often tense, finds himself reevaluating their past. Initially skeptical, Tim eventually sits down with Ty over a cup of coffee in the barn loft. There's tension, yes, but also honesty. Ty opens up about the sacrifices he made, the dangers he faced, and why he had to disappear. Tim listens, and for the first time, sees Ty not just as the man who married his daughter, but as a man who sacrificed everything for his family. Their reconciliation is a quiet but powerful moment, one that sets the foundation for a deeper, more respectful relationship moving forward. But at the heart of it all, it's Amy and Ty's journey that remains the emotional center of the episode. Their reunion isn't a fairy tale ending, it's a new beginning. They've both changed. Amy, once more reliant on Ty, has become stronger and more independent. Ty, having faced unimaginable trials on his own, now carries the weight of those experiences. But as they sit under the stars, talking deep into the night, their love shines through. They're raw, honest, and vulnerable as they speak about their fears, their regrets, and the future ahead. Ty expresses his sorrow for the pain he caused, and Amy, though still healing, shows him nothing but love and understanding. Their conversations reaffirm what fans have known all along: their bond is unbreakable. Together, they begin to dream again not just of healing, but of growing. They make plans to expand their horse therapy program, to offer training for troubled youth, and to build a future rooted in purpose and love. Above all, they dream of giving Lindy a life filled with love, laughter, and legacy. Season 19, Episode 1 of Heartland is nothing short of an emotional masterpiece, a roller coaster ride of joy, relief, and the complex emotions that come with healing. Ty's return brings a sense of completion to the Fleming Bartlett family, but it also reopens old wounds, forcing them to confront the past and navigate the new realities of their life together. As Ty slowly finds his place back on the ranch, we're reminded of Heartland's heart and soul, love, family, resilience, and the enduring strength that comes from second chances. The journey ahead will not be without its challenges, but what matters most is that they'll face it together, stronger, united, and filled with hope. And as we look toward the future, we know that Heartland will continue to captivate us with its timeless story of love, family, and the power of starting anew. Now it's your turn. What are your thoughts on Ty's emotional return? Do you think his comeback will bring healing or stir up even more trauma for the Heartland family? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I'd love to hear your theories, reactions, and favorite moments from the episode. Let's keep the conversation alive. If you enjoyed this deep dive into Heartland Season 19, Episode 1, make sure to give this video a big thumbs up. It really helps the channel grow and keeps the Heartland love going strong. And if you haven't already, subscribe and turn on those notifications so you never miss a moment from Heartland and all the other incredible stories we cover. Thank you so much for watching, for your support, and for being part of this amazing community. Your passion and love for Heartland is what makes all of this so special. Until next time, stay kind, stay hopeful, and as always, keep flying high.